when it's in front of his boss, his colleagues, out in public, whatever the case might be. But why do you guys think the sex work industry is so successful though? I mean, let's be fucking for real. Why do you guys think the sex work industry is so freaking successful? And I'm not talking OnlyFans. I'm not talking OnlyFans that people are paying $10, $20 to watch porn because it's like Pornhub. I'm talking sugar babies. I'm talking women in penthouses in New York, women in penthouses in Boston that cost $20,000. There are women that are getting $30,000 allowances for men. Married men. Because at the end of the day, they married who was going to look good to everyone else around them. But they're paying for that $20,000 girl who is not a college graduate, who is not smart. She's a sex worker. She might have a digital footprint. They're paying, though. They got her put up in a penthouse in New York.
Wanna be where the sugar daddies are. I wanna see them spending their money on, what's that word again? Me.
They trick on their wives, while other men trick on everybody. So you have to be able to dissect the guy who tricks on everybody from the guy who tricks on women that he genuinely likes. That's the difference. She said, I'm being nice. It's really desperation. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, so that's another thing. They do listen to a lot of and this is why this is not specifically to Shira, because I feel like Shira, obviously she's a married woman. She has her husband is a provider. So I feel like though she makes little jokes about you guys manipulating, she doesn't go into deep reasons as to why you should be manipulating this man or lying to this man, because she doesn't tell you, oh, that's a trick. She doesn't say that, because I think she expects that women should be able to figure that out on their own. Oh, that's a trick. So let me lie, let me manipulate, let me get whatever I can get from this guy. While, you know what I mean? So she doesn't go into it that way. So when people watch her content, they're thinking that that's how they should treat every single man that approaches them. That's wrong. That's wrong. Because there are tricks, and then there are men that are generous and will spend money on their significant others. And back, I don't know if this is still a thing, but I don't know if you guys remember, but there were content about finessing men for money. I never resonated with that kind of content, because I don't want $200. I don't want $500. I don't want a couple $1,000, baby. I want my exotic Birkins and Kellys. You know what I mean? I wanted the penthouse. I wanted the trips. I wanted everything. I don't want just a couple $100 here and there. If that's the case, I might as well go work a 9 to 5. But if I'm gonna be laying down with a man who could be my father's age, baby, I need way more than that. I need security, I need funds, I need trips, I need the bags, I need the whole thing. So that's why for me, I never really could connect with the finesse game, because to me, I'm not a finesser. I'm more of a you give me what I require type of woman. This is what I require to be in a relationship with you. I wanted stocks, gold, and property and more. Yeah. And those are all things that you can get. When it comes to property, this is the thing when it comes to property that I want you guys to understand. unless this man is very wealthy, okay? Very wealthy. Now, I live in the state of Massachusetts, so I'm going based on the price to live in Massachusetts. It's New York, California, Boston. Those are the three most expensive states to ever live in Massachusetts. Not in the United States, okay? New York, California, Massachusetts. A shitty ass house in Massachusetts, and I mean shitty, okay, built in the 1960s, 70s, will run you up starting at $500,000 higher. Now, it depends on the neighborhood you're in. If you're in the suburbs, yeah, you're starting at $500,000. But it depends what suburb. We're not talking Newton. We're not talking Chestnut Hill. We're not talking Canton. We're talking like closer to New Hampshire. Yeah, you're $500,000, $600,000. Yeah, you can get a property. Now you want to get a place in the city, close to the city. I'm talking Dorchester, which is the hood, some parts. Dorchester, Roxbury, Cambridge, Brookline. $2 million, $1 million. If a man is going to take that money and buy a property for you cash, he needs to be worth a shit ton of money. So that's just one, okay? If he's not capable of taking out $500,000 cash and giving it to you and saying, here, go buy this property cash, there's a chance that he has to put a down payment on it, which is fine. I feel like that's normal. But you have to have really good credit, and you have to be able to prove income based on the property that you are going to purchase. So if you're purchasing $500,000 property and you're going to go to the bank and ask them to give you a $500,000 loan to purchase this property, you need to be able to prove to them that you can afford to pay off your mortgage every month. And it's not just mortgage. We're talking property insurance. We're talking maintenance on the property. If you live in Massachusetts, some towns require you to keep your property looking a certain way. So we're talking way more than just mortgage, right? Boom. If you're not capable of doing that and you think a man's going to buy you a house, babe, his name has to be on it. And this is where it goes wrong. In order for the mortgage to be taken out and he's the one proving income and he's the one putting a down payment on it, guess what? His name has to be on the mortgage. And you cannot put your name on the deed if your name's not on the mortgage. At least not right away. So he'll have to get a mortgage under his name, put you on the deed. It's just, you know what I mean? So it's not realistic unless it's your significant other, unless it's your boyfriend, or unless this man has the ability to pay cash. But if not, you're just going to have to get property with someone else's name on the mortgage as well. And if he doesn't pay the mortgage, you're asked out. Your house is going to go in foreclosure and stuff like that. So, I love that you guys are thinking assets. But sometimes I feel like people don't really use their brains to understand. Like, it's not just like, go to the bank and here's $500,000 and I want to buy this house. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Well, that's what I was saying. So I'm speaking based on living in Massachusetts. It's not realistic if you live in Massachusetts. Now, a couple days ago, I was looking because I realized to myself, why do I need to purchase property in Massachusetts? I live in the city. I love living in the city. I love the not having to worry, like living in an apartment building, high rise, floor to ceiling windows. I love that. But I don't need to buy property in Massachusetts because I don't want to live in the suburbs. Like, it's just not me. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? Let me look at Atlanta, because I literally was just like, I can buy a house in Atlanta. I don't need to live there. I can at least buy it. It's appreciating asset. So even if I keep it for 20 years, it's going to appreciate. Girl, why was there a condo for $190,000? I said, what? You telling me I could go right now and buy this shit cash? And keep in mind, obviously, I don't know what neighborhood it was in. I don't know why it's 190. It was like a 1-bed, 1-bath condo. It looked pretty, like, honestly, it looked like what a fucking $7,000 apartment in Massachusetts would cost. Literally a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, like it had an island. It was $190,000. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, let me look at townhomes. $300,000, $400,000. That's easy. That's doable. So this whole time I've just been sitting here like, oh, maybe I should just, buy property in Massachusetts. I don't need to do that. I can go to Texas. I can go to Atlanta. I can go to Florida and buy, you know what I mean? And if we're talking 20% down payment for $350,000, $350,000, you're looking about like 80 grand down payment. That is fucking easy. Like if I have bags that cost $40,000, I can go and fucking get a property and spend $80,000 down payment and get a mortgage and, pay it off, rent it out, Airbnb it. So that's why I was realizing, I'm like, oh, I'm doing myself this whole like disservice thinking Massachusetts. Maybe I should get a place in Massachusetts. Whole time I can just go and get a place in Atlanta. Scam likely. Is DC cheap? So yeah, like I said, once again, I don't know what area that was. I wasn't obviously in Atlanta when I was looking. I was here in Boston. I was just on my phone and I was like, let me just look into this and see. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking maybe Texas, maybe Georgia. I was thinking Georgia mainly because that's Black Hollywood, and I can go there and really network and like get my social media, and like I always wanted to be an actress, and I feel like I could be a really good actress. So maybe, yeah, so I was thinking like, maybe I'll get a place there, like a townhouse there. And I don't know if I want to do long-term rentals. Tattoo Daddy said it would probably be best to do long-term rentals, but I was thinking Airbnb, so that like when I go to Atlanta or to visit or something, I can stay there. But we'll see. You never know. You know what I mean? The only problem that I have, the only issue that I have, and this is my fault because I need to file my taxes. So maybe once I file my taxes, then I'll be able to, the only problem that I have is pay stubs, proof of income. But I have my business. I just need to file taxes. I need to pay my taxes, and then I can take that and go ahead and, go to the bank, do pre-approval, see who, approved for me to get a property, and go from there. So this whole time I'm like, oh, Boston, bitch, I have, not only do I have the money in the bank account to buy that one condo cash, I have bags that I could sell easily if I really needed to buy. Like, there's no, it's really not that hard. It's just really hard if you live in Massachusetts, if you live in California, and if you live in New York, because it's not cheap at all. Yeah, I watched Aaliyah's face, and I think her Bentley has been broken into like twice. So this is the thing, because the American dream is purchasing. There are people that live in this building that I'm in that drive Ferraris, Bentleys, G-Wagons that are renting. This whole buy property, assets, it's just, it is a good thing, but in the black community, that is like the end all be all for people. And until you live in a city like Boston and mingle with really wealthy people, you realize that some people genuinely enjoy living in apartment buildings because they don't have to worry about, example, oh, I'm supposed to meet her too. A older lady friend of mine in this building. I'm actually supposed to be meeting her for drinks. She owns, okay? She and I connected because she wanted advice on dating and stuff like that. She's older than my mom. She's a black woman. She's in biotech, like a doctor daddy. Very smart. She owns her condo. I think she said it was like $1 million and something. Owns her condo. She's in biotech. She's from Ghana originally, but you know, she lived in Germany. She was married to an African guy, like have kids, whatever. Right? Something happened with the elevator. A pipe burst in the elevator in my building. And so I'm in a penthouse, so I didn't get affected by this. But from, I think, the 12th floor down, a pipe burst in the elevator, went in the hallway and all in the motherfucking apartment. So like her roof, like all soaked, the wood on the floor. So guess what? Even though it was the negligence of the building because the pipe burst in the elevator, it's not like something that happened in her unit. Guess what? She has to find a way to figure out, like, her insurance has to pay for the roof and pay for the thing and da 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 da. So it's not, you know, it's not easy to own something. And sometimes people just don't want to deal with that. You know what I mean? So sometimes people just rent because then shit like that, like example, if that was to happen on the penthouse above me where something happened, a pipe burst or something, this place is rented. I'd be like, oh yeah, come fix it. I'm good. I don't have to call my insurance company. I mean, I have rentals insurance. So like, let's say my bags got destroyed. I would have to call my rentals insurance and get those, you know, the funds for those. But like, worry about the ceiling, worried about redoing the floors, worried about like the walls. I wouldn't have to worry about that. So sometimes people just don't want to deal with that. So that's why they might drive a Ferrari. They might have really nice things. Like example, the guy that I got my Porsche from, not Ernie Bach Jr. That's Bach Honda. What is it? There's a name for it. Hold on, I gotta find, because he lives at the Four Seasons, one of the penthouse there. This man and his wife drive Bentleys. Okay, he has a $10 million, was it $50 million yacht that parks in the seaport, and they live at the fucking Four Seasons. Because some people just rather do that. So don't let people like convince you that your life isn't going well because you don't want to purchase property. Kirk Chambers, thank you, yeah. Period. With his bald head. If you go to the Four Seasons, the one Dalton, and obviously I'm saying this, it's not like it's private information. He's motherfucking Herb Chambers. Like everyone in Massachusetts know who he is. So it's not like I'm giving out like information that I shouldn't. He lives at the Four Seasons with his wife, you know. Tattoo Daddy, like he used to work in the building. He would always tell me like, oh yeah, I just saw his wife with her Bentley and stuff like that. Some people just choose to do it. Yeah, Herb lives at the Four Seasons. Not the old one, the new one, the one Dalton. My McCann was purchased for me by what do you call his name? Holy Grail Daddy. I love the spa there. That's my favorite spa. No, he used to live at the Mandarin. He lives at the Four Seasons now. And how do I know this? Because Tattoo Daddy used to work at the Mandarin and he used to work at the Four Seasons. So I just knew all this. I just knew all this information because, you know. But yeah, no, he lives at the Four Seasons now. No, I had my Porsche before my ex-fiance. You can book a call with me on my website. Cash, yes. Holy Grail. When's the best time to visit Boston? If you're looking to freestyle, the winter time. Everyone's depressed and it's cold out. Are you back to freestyling? I don't have to freestyle, girl. No, I am not, because I don't need anybody else. Right now, I'm good. I'm funny, but it's true. I'm good at that. Oh, I need to go see my Hermes lady. It's been a while. She texted me. I know her ass is like, bitch, what is going on? Yeah, she said, hey girl, how are you? Haven't heard from you. Hope all is well. Maybe I can go. Yeah. Yeah, they're closed, so I can't even text her because this is the work phone. I'll text her in the morning. That's crazy. I wanted you to come with me freestyling. I mean, I still go out. I mean, I don't know if I would go freestyling with you. I don't know, because I'm really at the point where it's very, for me, meeting people. You know what I mean? But I still go out. I'm not actively looking for anybody because I'm good. But I don't mind. Like, I don't mind going out, girl. Sometimes I gotta eat. Like, I'm going to get drinks with my friend that's in the building. And then, I don't know. Today's Thursday. I might go out because I have really not been doing much, just working. How do you get into my close friends? My close friends is for friends and family only. Sorry. I'm not single. I'm not single. Yeah, Dr. Daddy is my zaddy. What dating app would you recommend? Girl, going outside. That's the recommendation I would give you. How do you get a car? You ask. Just ask for it. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Just ask. Am I going to Paris soon? So I wanted to go. So we were supposed to go once I got to St. Bart's, but there's, you know, I'm taking care of stuff here in Boston, so I'm actually leaving. When am I leaving? I'm leaving on Tuesday. If he's not mad at me, he's a little upset with me right now. I'm leaving Tuesday and I'm staying, well, yeah, now I'm staying longer, but earlier I was supposed to leave on Sunday and I was supposed to come back on the 16th, and he didn't like that because he's like, you're only going to stay a week. So I had to move some things around so that I left Tuesday and then I can stay longer. So we were supposed to go to Paris if I was staying longer, but he doesn't like Paris, which is weird because he's from France. He says he doesn't like Paris. He knows too much of it. I don't know. But he needs to do some stuff in Paris. So I might go by myself before, but I'm definitely going to be going to Paris with him either end of March or beginning of April. I'm only going because I want a new bag. I like Paris. It's beautiful. It doesn't give me much other than Hermes. So yeah, so I might be going end of March. I might do like a stop in London, go to Paris, whatever. And then sometime in April, I'll go with him as well because he has some stuff that he needs to take care of. And then we're going to have to go because he wants to go to Monaco. He doesn't want to go just to Paris because he has friends in Monaco. So we're probably going to do Paris and then for a week and then go to Monaco for a week. And you guys know I love Monaco. And the cool thing about it is I don't have to spend $1. Love that for me. No. So we were supposed, Dr. Daddy and I, because it's my ritual with my ex-fiance, but it made sense that we didn't, because he was like, why would you want to repeat the same thing you did with your ex? I was like, because it's Paris, I want a new bag. But yeah, we were supposed to go for Valentine's Day, but his house literally closed right around that time. I wouldn't say closed, but like he got an offer, so it was gonna close. And then those people, whatever. Moral of the story is he couldn't go because with the process of selling his house, closing, all of that stuff, it wouldn't have made sense for him to fly to Paris. So it was just like, you know, no Paris with he and I this year, but I'll go with my buddy from St. Bart's. When are you going to Monaco? Sometime in April. It might be before, but sometime in April for sure. Because I know that there are things that he needs to take care of. That's why he wants to go then. So sometime in April. I'm not going to give you guys a specific time, but sometime in April, you'll catch me in Paris or Monaco. Paris and Monaco. But maybe before that, I'll come to London, you know. I'm really feeling like now that I'm like in this space, maybe I can tap into the UK and see what it's given and give you guys all the tea because, you know, I'm like that. Mm-hmm. Monaco definitely has rich people for sure. It's not even a vlog thing, girl. It's a fact. I don't think any man is ever fully, completely happy that I am smart enough to not be like, you're my end all be all and be mine and chase after them. I feel like all men are probably not okay with that, but that's what taps into that ego. They want to prove themselves to me. So it's not, I don't think a lot of people understand, it's really not about if they're okay with it. It's just more about winning me. Like, they want to win me over more than be mad at me for being smart. You get it? Because if I was like, oh yes, I love you, let's be together forever, and I'm not smart, and I'm not going to keep my options open, and I'm not going to do that, they get bored. Men get bored. So when you're that woman who's like, yeah, they get bored. Okay? And I'm not a boring bitch. I'm fun. I'm exciting. There's always something new with me. You know what I mean? I might just wake up today and decide to shake things up. Like, nothing is boring with me. So yeah. He said true, period. Exactly. You know, men get bored. So you want to be exciting. You want to be fun. You want to be, You want to let them know, like, I have the ability to do whatever I want to do. Like, I don't really need you. I want to be with you. I want you, but I don't need you. When you have that personality, that's their goal, to win you over. She said shit. Yo, honestly, that's literally how with my ex-fiance, that's literally the thought I had. I remember I was in the bathroom. I was running the tub. I was about to go in the tub. And I was just thinking, I was just like, I think he and I had like a little like disagreement or whatever. And I was just like, I looked out the bathroom window. And I was like, and I was thinking, I'm like, obviously because I do social media and stuff like that. So I was like, how would people react like if this was to happen? And I thought about the whole scenario. Like, okay, like my haters, they're going to be making their own speculations. Then all these women that have like, I inspire them and da da da. And I was like, well, I literally said to myself out loud, I was like, I'm just in the mood to shake some shit up. I literally did. I was like, I'm in the mood to just like, just flip this whole shit upside down. And that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly what I did. Because I was just like, who cares? It's like, if you're inspired by me, then be inspired by me telling you it's okay to step away. Be inspired by me to say, yeah, money is great. You can get another guy with money. It's not that big of a deal. Step away. If something just doesn't sit right in your soul and you're just like, long run, this is not going to be beneficial for me, step away. So that's what I thought when I was like, fuck this shit. But I wanted to take time anyway. So that's why I went to St. Bart's, and I wanted to take time to just kind of deal so that I can like then come and have that conversation with people. But obviously I met at least 5 or 6 different people that followed me on social media, and they saw me with St. Bart's dude and couldn't keep their mouth mute. So I had to basically come and I wouldn't say do damage control, because it wasn't really damage control, because it wasn't that I was hiding anything. It was just more like, let me deal with how I'm feeling and let me deal with this now, and then come and have the conversation with people that follow me, people that look up to me when I'm more stable. But to be honest with you, at the end of it, it all kind of came out when I was already stable mentally, and I was like, I don't care. This is what is happening. So it did work out anyways in my favor, because if we have to be honest with you, this was like beginning of November, like even before, you know what I mean? With the like, let's separate, let's not keep doing this type of thing. No, my ex is still paying for the penthouse. My ex is still paying for my penthouse. But he is taking care of other things. He is taking care of. Actually, if you're my close friends, then you know. Then you know. But a lot, he's done a lot, and he's doing a lot, and I appreciate him. For real. Like, he's the best. And I will say, like, he has that personality of like, I can't really shake shit up with him. I can't really like, he's very, he'd be like, are you done? And I'd be like, okay. Yeah, my ex, it was very hard for him to to do that. But like with him, he just needs to say something or like give me this look, and I'd be like, oh, let me keep my mouth closed. How do you keep these men interested in you? There are so many intelligent and beautiful women that struggle to keep a man's interest. How do you do it? Babes. And that's where a lot of y'all go wrong, thinking that men care or think with their heads. Babes. Men think with their eyes and with their... That's it. That's all. Okay? And then if you get into their enough, then you start to get into here. You know what I mean? But for the most part, men think with eyes, penis, and everything else comes after. And also, men that are well off don't care. It's like, oh, okay, she's an intelligent woman, but what does that do for them? And I'm not saying that they're not dating intelligent women or they won't date intelligent women. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Daddy was dating a very smart, intelligent woman. But it's just, what else do you have to offer other than intelligence? Like, you can be intelligent and boring. You know, you can be intelligent and not fun to be around. You can be intelligent and not attractive. You know what I mean? So when men are able to pay their own bills and take care of themselves, it's like, oh, it's not like, oh, she's not intelligent, so I'm not going to date her, or she's not a college graduate, so I'm not going to date her. Because for them, it's like, I don't need anything from her other than for her to be here, for her to be around me, for her to keep me entertained, for her to, you know, that's it, that's all. So most of the time, the guys that I encounter, they probably have no shade, no tea. And I'm going to even give you PhD daddy. Dr. Daddy, he picked me over a nerd. That's no shade. He's a nerd, but he'll pick me over a nerd. Guaranteed. So it's just, you know, it's not about brains. It's just more about how you make them feel. And I feel like I'm very good at making men feel good about themselves. No, I don't think it's that they hate to compete with businesswomen. It's really not the case. I think it's just simple that if a man is not interested in gaining anything from a woman, that is not his main focus. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's it. You know? If they're not going to gain anything from you, they don't care if you have a freaking PhD. They're not. What is he going to gain from you because you have a PhD? Oh, you're going to tell him, like, yeah, I have a PhD. Okay, cool. How does that change my life? I have a PhD too. I'm smart as well. I have my own business. I have my own company. I'm making my own money. You know? So men think like men. Like real men. Real men. Not to say that men that are looking for women that are smart, I'm not saying that they don't think like men as well, but like if you really think and look at what the nature of a man is, it's not to find a woman who is equally smart as him. That's not their focus. Their focus is to find a woman to add into whatever else it is that they're doing in life. So if it's working, starting a business, whatever it is that they're doing. Hi. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I can still make it. Okay. Sounds good. Are you heading there now? Okay. All right. I'll meet you down there. Sounds good. See ya. Bye. Oh, guys, I have to go for my drinks. Listen, and this is the volume. This is the thing, right? Let me tell you guys something. This is something that I've learned from interacting with men. 90% of the men who are actively and forcefully seeking for smart, educated women, and that is like a deal breaker, and like if you're, your digital footprint and all this stuff, it's because they have people to answer to. It's because they have people to answer to. Maybe it's family's money. Maybe it's, they have people to answer to. If I have to be honest with you, I've met men who are with wives at home that are very smart, that would literally tell me that their wives are boring and I'm more entertaining, like just randomly in person. And their wives are smart and educated. Men will date a woman based on where they are in life and based on how people are going to perceive them. So if it's family's money that he's inheriting, guess what? He's going to make sure to date a woman that mom, dad, siblings, everyone is going to accept, because he wants to secure family funds. If it's a company where he is public and people are seeing him, and his wife, his significant other, has to represent him, he's going to pick a woman that is smart, educated, and will look good when it's in front of his boss, his colleagues, out in public, whatever the case might be. But why do you guys think the sex work industry is so successful, though? I mean, let's be fucking for real. Why do you guys think the sex work industry is so freaking successful? And I'm not talking OnlyFans. I'm not talking OnlyFans that people are paying $10, $20 to watch porn because it's like Pornhub. I'm talking sugar babies. I'm talking women in penthouses in New York, women in penthouses in Boston that cost $20,000. There are women that are getting $30,000 allowances for men. Married men. Because at the end of the day, they married who was going to look good to everyone else around them. But they're paying for that $20,000 girl who is not a college graduate, who is not smart. She's a sex worker. She might have a digital footprint. They're paying, though. They got her put up in a penthouse in New York. I remember my first big fish, actually, when I first started. Big Fish, this man, he took me to West Palm, to the Breakers. I literally just started. Like, I was 23. I wasn't even 24 yet. I was 23, just started. This man, he had a girl. He was married. Said him and his wife lived in the same house, but they weren't in the same room. Had kids. But he had a girl that he was given, 30, and I remember he took his phone because we were on the flight. We were on Delta on our way to West Palm. And he was like, I saw him looking at something. I'm like, what are you looking at? He was like, checking on, because he had already told me about this woman. He was like, I'm just checking to see what, she's spending her money on. So he gave her a card or whatever, something, but he was giving her a $30,000 allowance. Don't listen to me. Don't go, people are going to say whatever they want to say, but to think that how all men in the world function is where I always laugh. When women try to tell other women what they can and cannot get and what men are attracted to and da-da-da-da. It's funny to me because from my perspective, men like all sorts of different types of things, okay? So I would never tell a woman you can't achieve this, because I know, I've seen it with my own eyes. that men will go for whatever it is that they find attractive. And it does not matter if you're smart. Obviously, get your education, go to school, get your college degree. Always take care of yourself. I will never tell someone not to go to school. But if you don't want to go to school, and if you don't go to school, and if you're not a college graduate, it's not the fucking end of the fucking world. It does not mean that you're not going to be successful. It does not mean that a man's not going to be attracted to you. It does not mean that a man's never going to marry you. It does not mean anything. The only people that sit online and say it's because it's the woe is me bitches. Like, oh, I have a college degree, so why is he, you know what I mean? I remember one point there was a girl on Twitter who said, she tweeted something, white woman, that, you know, she deserved something better because she had a PhD or she had a college degree. Like, bitch, you're selling ass. Like, what are you talking about? Like, imagine thinking, oh, I deserve better, or I need better because I have a college degree, but you're selling with women that don't have college degrees. So what was the fucking point? You're no better. It baffles me when women like think that way. Like, oh, I have a college degree, so I'm better than you. You couldn't use your college degree for anything other than to suck dick for a living? Are we... You couldn't go get a real job with your college degree? Yet here you are, posting ads, creating a website online to sell kitty cat for the same price as a non-college educated woman, but you think you're better? Bitch, matter of fact, you're worse. If we have to really speak about it, you're worse. You're terrible. You're actually doing worse because you literally put all that energy and you couldn't use it for something better. Are you kidding me? Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, you're actually doing way worse. Because see, at least for me, I'm not sitting on $100,000 worth of debt. I'm actually sitting on zero. Thanks to my stepfather, he paid for my 2 years. He paid my tuition off. But to be a college graduate, and then the only thing you know how to use your degree for is to create a website to sell kitty cat, but then think that you're better than women that don't have that degree is funny to me, but that is just my opinion. But from what I can tell you guys, men don't care. Not all of them. So don't beat yourself up about things that they don't really care about. You know? No, I know. She's getting dressed. I'm literally gonna go down like this. It's been so nice outside today, so I'm literally just gonna go down like this. Today is Thursday though. I wanna go out. One thing I found in Boston is Sundays boring. Unless I'm going to Kareem venue, icon. But the city of Boston is boring. I feel like Thursdays are a good night to go out. Fridays, and then Saturdays, and then Sunday, unless you're about to go to a venue, listen to some trap, hood music, is boring. Thank you. Yeah, Boston is terrible. Like, it's so boring. I wish I could invite you if you like jazz. Where the hell are you going? Where the hell are you going that you're listening to jazz? Are you going to Grace by Nia? Let me know when you're going to Atlanta, Kareem. I'll come. Why don't I live in New York City? Girl, New York City is way too hectic for my personal preference. I don't like chaos. I didn't skip your question. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Oh, there's a jazz club speakeasy in the Back Bay. What's it called? I've never been. Yes, girl, I'd be at venue. And I'd be bringing... who did I think I told you guys. Tell me why I brought St. Bart's to... I don't know if it was venue or icon, girl. I took his ass over there, his old ass. Yes. Can I host a meetup in Atlanta? It's not raining. I don't see any rain. Yeah, he had a blast. He actually liked it. He actually yes, I took him to venue, guys. He was loving it. I don't know what to tell you guys. He loves Afro beats and he loves, like, you know, that's his vibe. So I took him there and we got a table. Honestly, Kareem will tell you, one thing I'm gonna do is pull up. One thing Coco's gonna do is pull up with an old man. Pull up with an old man. It's a venue or freaking icon. I don't care. Even if he's the only person, I don't care, because number one, the music be right, the tables aren't too expensive, and yeah, I go for the music. I don't care about the people. I don't care if people are looking at. Yeah, one thing I pull. Yeah, if you see a black SUV pulling up to the front of the club, yeah, I'm coming out of there with an old man, with an old Caucasian man. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So yeah. Ooh, Ruger, I can't wait. Coco, why don't you lean towards younger rich men? I don't like younger Caucasian men. I don't know. Something about them just don't do it for me. They act more childish than black men. Anyways, guys, I need to go. I'm gonna go have drinks with a friend. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Kareem, text me.